So we'll start in child's pose. Touch your big toes together toward the back of your space. Widen your knees out to the edges of your mat. Sink your hips down to your heels. Walk your arms forward and rest your forehead down in the middle of your space. You can walk your knees as wide or as narrow as you'd like today. Walk them a bit wider if you want a little deeper opening through your hips. Begin to bring your attention to your breath. Draw in a nice deep breath through your nose, fill up your belly, fill up your chest. And a nice loud open mouth exhale, sigh your air out. Just let your day go. Take another deep breath in through your nose, drawing in a super deep breath from the bottom of your belly all the way up to the top of your chest. This time, seal your lips at the top and exhale back out your nose. Continue breathing here like this. As you inhale, find length in your spine. And as you exhale, sink your hips a little deeper down toward your heels. Take one more deep breath in. Nice strong breath out your nose. Your next inhale, lift up to a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Neutralize your spine. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down toward the ground and lift your gaze to the wall in front of you. Exhale, cat pose. Press the ground away. Curl your spine up toward the ceiling. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly. Expand your collarbones. Exhale, cat pose. Curl your spine up. Find space along the back of your spine. Now come back to a neutral tabletop. Place your left palm and your left knee in the middle of your space and extend your right leg back behind you. You can start off by placing the sole of your right foot on the floor and extend your right arm up toward the ceiling for a modified side plank. Option to lift your right foot up off of the ground behind you, engaging your abductors, your outer thighs and outer glutes to lift your leg up off of the ground. Just an option here for a little activation right away. Take one more breath in. Exhale, lower your right foot back down to the ground if it's not already there. Press yourself all the way up to standing on your left knee with your right leg extended out behind you. Place your right hand on your right thigh. Inhale, extend your left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, side body stretch toward your right leg or toward the back of your space. Feel this opening on your left rib cage. Maybe gaze up toward your left palm. Now inhale, come back up through center. Drop your left palm down to the ground, right arm up toward the ceiling. And drop your right hand down onto your mat to come back to a neutral tabletop. Place your right palm in the middle of your space, your right knee in the middle of your space. And extend your left leg back behind you, sole of your left foot to the floor, and extend your left arm up toward the ceiling for a modified side plank. Option to keep the sole of your left foot grounded, or option to lift your left leg off of the ground, squeezing your outer thighs and outer glutes to power the lift in your foot and flex your toes toward the wall that you're facing. Take one more breath in. Now exhale, lower your left foot back down to the ground if it's not already there. Press yourself all the way up to standing on your right leg, your left leg extended out behind you. Place your left hand on your left thigh. Inhale, extend your right arm up toward the ceiling. Exhale, side body stretch toward the back of your space or toward your extended left leg. Really root down through your right knee. Feel this stretch all along your right side. Gaze up to your right palm. Now inhale, lift back up. Place your right hand back down on your mat, left arm up toward the ceiling. And exhale, plant your left palm and come back to a neutral tabletop. Inhale, tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shoot your hips up and back. And take a moment to settle into this position here. You can bend into one knee, bend into the next. Feel the stretch along each calf and each hamstring. Press your palms down and forward. At the same time, lift your tailbone to the ceiling to find length throughout your spine. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Step your feet behind your wrists at about hip width distance and drape your torso over your thighs. Option to grab for opposite elbows and sway side to side. Take a nice generous bend to your knees. Make sure your belly is pressing against your thighs. Drop your arms down to the ground. Toe heel your feet together to touch, leaving just a sliver of space between your heels. Now inhale, slowly roll all the way up to stand, stacking one vertebrae on top of the next. No rush to get to the top. Whenever you do, you can flutter your eyes closed or soften your gaze. Press your palms together at your heart. We'll take a breath together. Take a nice deep breath in, ground down through all corners of your feet, lengthen your spine. Nice strong exhale, back out your nose. Blink your eyes open, send your arms down to your sides, face your palms forward. Inhale, mountain pose, extend your arms up overhead. You can spiral your pinkies inward. You might even press your palms together over your head and gaze up. Pull your kneecaps up and tuck your tailbone to engage your core. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips down to the ground. Option to bring a bend to your knees here. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your palms to your shins or thighs. Flatten out your spine. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms. Step your feet back. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your heels over your toes. Inhale, hinge forward 2 inches. Exhale, low plank. Lower down halfway. Keep your elbows pinned into your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip to the tops of your feet. Straighten your arms and then press your heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step up toward your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Flatten out your back. Exhale, forward fold, release down to the ground. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands together at your heart. Drop your arms to your sides. Inhale, mountain pose, extend your arms up toward the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, ride your breath all the way down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your back. Exhale, high to low plank. Option to take these on your knees or skip them all together. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip to the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step up to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, mountain pose, extend your arms up. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands together at your heart. Drop your arms down. Inhale, mountain pose, nice deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold, breathing out your nose as you lower down. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins or thighs. Exhale, high to low plank. Keep your elbows pinned nice and tight toward your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog, shine your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out, press your chest closer to your thighs. Inhale, extend your right heel high and flex your right toes down to the ground. Give your right glute a squeeze, lift a little higher. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your palms. Now, big transition right away here. Load all of your weight into your right foot. Take this transition as slow as you need. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Press yourself all the way up using the strength of your right leg. And then lift your left knee in line with your left hip. You can keep your hands at your waist or extend them up overhead. Flex your left toes up toward your face. Take a breath in. Exhale, figure 4. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh and sit your hips back. Option to keep your hands together at your heart. Maybe you Drop your hands to your left shin and press your left knee down a little bit to further open through your left hip if your hips are a little tight today. Now inhale back to one-legged mountain. Lift your left knee up in line with your hip. Now slowly with control, exhale, low lunge. Drop your left leg toward the back of your space and your hands down to frame your right foot. Inhale, warrior two, blossom your hips open to the left side of your space and gaze over your right fingertips. Find front heel to back arch alignment in your feet. Nice strong fingers here, energetically reaching in opposite directions. Inhale, hinge your torso forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Drop your right arm down, left arm up. Option to place your right forearm on your front thigh. Just peel your torso off of your front thigh so you're engaging your side bodies, your abs, to keep your torso lifted. Now inhale, reverse warrior. Extend your right arm up and back. Maintain the bend in your right knee. Exhale, high to low plank. Cartwheel your arms down. Step your right foot back and then lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Straighten your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, keep your left heel high. Flex your left toes down to the ground. Even the weight between your palms. Lift a little bit higher. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your hands. And now load all of your weight into your left foot. So evenly root down through your left foot. And inhale, one-legged mountain. Press yourself all the way up nice and slow with control. You can keep your hands at your waist or arms up overhead for this one-legged mountain. Flex your right toes up toward your face here. Squeeze your left butt cheek to stabilize your left leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, figure four. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh and sit your hips back. Take a moment to sink into this position here. Should feel really nice in your right hip. Now inhale, one-legged mountain. Lift yourself back up, right knee up in line with your right hip. Slowly with control, exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot all the way to the back of your mat and drop your hands down to frame your left foot. Inhale, warrior two. Spiral all the way open, back foot down on the ground. Your back foot's about parallel with the short end of your mat and your left toes point directly forward. Gaze over your left fingertips, nice strong arms here. Inhale, hinge your torso forward. Exhale, extended side angle, left arm down, right arm up. Option again to place your front forearm on your front thigh for a little more support. Bring some awareness to your back leg. Press your knife edge of your back foot into the earth. Inhale, reverse warrior. Extend your left arm up and back. High five the back wall with your left palm. Exhale, high to low plank. Windmill your arms down to the ground. Step your left leg back, then lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press your chest forward, palms down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. This is our sun B. Let's flow through this linking breath movement. Inhale, keep your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your hands. Take this nice and slow. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Use the strength of your right leg to lift your left knee up in line with your left hip. Exhale, figure four. Left ankle over right thigh. Sit your hips nice and low, opening through your left hip. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Lift back up, arms up overhead. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot to the back of your mat and drop your palms to frame your right foot. Inhale, warrior two. Open your hips up to the left side. Exhale, extended side angle. Right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Extend your right arm up and back. Maintain the bend in your right knee. Exhale, high to low plank. Windmill your arms down, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Inhale, keep your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your palms. Now with control, inhale, one-legged mountain. Press yourself up. Use your left quad to lift up. Exhale, figure four. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Sit your hips back. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Extend back up. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot all the way to the back of your space, nice and slow with control. Inhale, warrior two, spiral open, gaze over your left fingertips. Exhale, extended side angle, hinge forward and then down. Inhale, reverse warrior, little to no weight in your back hand here. Exhale, high to low plank. Windmill your arms down, step your left leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog, press your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Inhale, keep your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot between your palms. Inhale, one-legged mountain, press your left knee up in line with your hip. Exhale, figure four, sit your hips nice and low, press your left knee down. Inhale, one-legged mountain, arms up, knee up. Exhale, low lunge, step your left leg to the back of your mat, lower your palms down. Inhale, warrior two, spiral open. Exhale, extended side angle, keep your side bodies engaged. Inhale, reverse warrior, left or right arm reaches up and back. Exhale, high to low plank. Send your arms down to the ground, step your right leg up. Inhale, upward facing dog, pull your thighs up. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Inhale, keep your left heel up, squeeze your left glute. Exhale, low lunge, step your left leg between your palms. Inhale, one-legged mountain, press yourself up, use the strength of your left leg. Exhale, figure four, right ankle over left thigh and sit your hips back. Inhale, one-legged mountain, press yourself back up. Exhale, low lunge, right leg to the back of your mat with control. Inhale, warrior two, spiral your back foot down, gaze over your left fingertips. Exhale, extended side angle, left arm reaches forward and then down. Inhale, reverse warrior, maintain the bend in your left knee. Exhale, high to low plank, send your arms down to the ground, step your left leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Take a nice deep breath in, slow breath out. All right, we'll flow through this one more time, adding on a little bit, so listen for little changes here and there. Inhale, keep your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot between your palms. Inhale, one-legged mountain, press yourself all the way up, nice strong right leg. Exhale, figure four, sit your hips nice and low, open up through your left hip. Inhale, one-legged mountain, lift back up, listen for a change here. Exhale, airplane pose, Bakasana. Hinge your torso down so it's about parallel with the ground. Fly your arms next to your hips and lift your pinkies up. Keep your back leg lifted here in airplane, nice balancing posture. Really, really strong right leg. So your right leg, we've already worked on a lot of stabilizing with our legs. So keep your right leg real strong here. One more breath in. Now slowly with control, exhale, low lunge, drop your left foot down, palms to the earth. Inhale, warrior two, blossom, open. Exhale, extended side angle and pause here. Option to just chill in extended side angle with your forearm on your front thigh. Option to go for a half bind. For the half bind, take your left arm, face your palm back, and then drop your hands behind your back, wrapping your left arm toward your right hip crease. So this is a half bind, just reaching your left arm toward your right hip crease. It's a bit of an opening through your, or a bit of a stretch through your left shoulder. So you can take that here if you choose. If you have the half bind, slowly release it. Extend your left arm back up toward the ceiling. Inhale, reverse warrior. Lift your torso up and back, right arm reaches up and back. Exhale, high to low plank. Send your arms down to the ground, step your right leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Nice deep breath in your nose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Strong breath back out your nose. Inhale, kick your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your palms. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Lift your right knee up in line with your right hip. Exhale, figure four across your right ankle over your left thigh. Sit your hips back, send your right knee down. Inhale, one-legged mountain, lift back up. Exhale, airplane pose. Keep your right leg lifted, hinge your torso forward. Send your right leg behind you, but keep your right heel lifted up as high as you can. Fly your arms next to your hips, squeeze your shoulder blades toward one another. Press even weight between your entire left foot, the two balls of your foot and your heel. Take one more deep breath in, lift your right leg a little higher. Exhale, low lunge, slowly lower your back leg, drop your hands down to frame your foot. Inhale, warrior two, blossom all the way open. Exhale, extended side angle and pause here. Option to hang out an extended side angle, just keep your back leg active. Option to go for the half bind, wrapping your right hands down your back toward your left hip crease. If you're going for the half bind, avoid dropping your chest down. You want to keep your chest open toward the right side of your space. If you have the half bind, slowly release it and extend your right arm back up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your left arm up and back, high five the back wall. Exhale, high to low plank. Cartwheel your arms down, step your left leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog, shine your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Drop down to your knees, touch your big toes together, spread your knees out wide, and rest your hips back for child's pose. Drop your forehead down to your mat. Re-regulate your breath here. It's totally normal for your heart rate to be slightly higher during Sun B and a Sun B+. So take this time to re-regulate your breath as needed. Focusing on deep breaths in through your nose and then deep, slow breaths back out your nose. Take one more deep breath in. Another deep breath out. Create that oceanic sound in the back of your throat. On your next inhale, rise up to a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Press real hard down into your palms. Lift your tailbone and then press your heels as close to your mat as you can get them. Inhale, extend your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your hands. Same transition here. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Press yourself all the way up. Now this time, exhale, eagle pose on the left. Draw your left arm underneath your right arm. Option to go for the bind or grab rocks shoulders for the bear hug. And then take your left leg over your right leg and sit your hips back. Options with your legs. You can kickstand your left toes on the ground for more stability, or you can wrap your left leg around your standing right leg. Wherever you're at, lift your elbows up. If you have the bind in your arms, press your palms forward, feel this expand through your shoulder blades behind you. Squeeze your thighs closer together, feel the compression. Now inhale, slowly unwind your arms and legs, come back up through one-legged mountain. A little more work on the right leg, squeeze your right butt cheek. And exhale, low lunge, drop your left leg to the back of your mat and place your palms down on the ground. Inhale, warrior two, spiral all the way open. Squeeze over your right fingers. Exhale, extended side angle, reach forward and down. Few options here. You can go for the full bind. So we worked in the half bind. The full bind would be dropping your left hand behind your back toward your right hip crease, then your right hand underneath your right leg, and then up toward your left fingertips. So that's the full bind. You can work on that if you want to work on some shoulders. If you want more balancing, we'll move into half moon. For half moon, gaze down toward your right toes. Shift your weight all into your right foot. So your right toes still point forward. And then gently, very gently lift your left leg off of the ground, but keep your hips open to the left side of your room. You can keep your left hand on your waist or extend your left arm up toward the ceiling. Squeeze your abductors, your outer thighs and glutes to power the lift in your back leg if you're testing out half moon. Wherever you're at, one more breath in. On your breath out, if you're in half moon, slowly lower your back leg down to the ground. If you have the bind, release it. Now inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your right leg, press your hips forward, extend your right arm up and back. Feel this nice stretch in your side. And exhale, high to low plank. Send your arms down to the ground. Step your right leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Now inhale, extend your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your palms. Again, same transition. You're used to it. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Press yourself all the way up. Flex your right toes up toward your face. Squeeze your left butt cheek. Take one more breath in. Exhale, eagle on the right side this time. Drop your right arm under your left, either going for the bear hug or pressing your palms toward one another. Then take your right leg over your left and sit your hips down and back. Try to maintain a nice neutral spine. Avoid crunching forward. So it's like you're kind of trying to sit against the back wall with your back. You can drop your right toes down to the ground or wrap your right leg around your left leg. Feel the compression, squeeze everything together. Now inhale, one-legged mountain, press back up. Continue squeezing your left glute, just a little more work on this left leg. And exhale, low lunge. Hinge your chest forward and down, stepping your right leg to the back of your mat. Inhale, warrior two. Spiral open, gaze over your left fingertips. Exhale, extended side angle. Now from here, again, you can work on the half bind, or the full bind rather, taking your right arm behind your back toward your left hip crease, and then your left arm underneath your left leg, grabbing for your right fingertips. You're going to that, keep your chest open. If you want to work on more balancing for half moon, gaze at your left toes. Shift your weight all into your left foot, and then energize your back leg up off of the ground, just keeping your hips open toward the right side of your room. Flex your right toes toward the right wall. It's a very difficult balancing posture. It takes a long time to get this pose. So if you're a little wobbly, that's completely fine. It just takes a lot of practice. Squeeze your abductors, lift your foot a little higher. Now slowly with control, lower your back foot down to the ground. You have the bind, release it. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your left leg, press your hips forward. This should feel really nice in your left leg, giving your left leg a bit of a release. And exhale, high to low plank. Cartwheel your arms down, step your left leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog, press your palms hard down into the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Inhale, hinge forward to a high plank and lower all the way down to your belly. Keep your palms on the ground by your low set of ribs. Untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet into the earth. Inhale, baby cobra, gently lift your chest. Magnetize your shoulder blades together, elbows up toward the ceiling. Exhale, slowly lower down. We'll take two more rolling cobras. Inhale, baby cobra, lift your chest, tops of feet down. Exhale, slowly lower your chest, last one. Inhale, lift up, tops of feet down. Exhale, lower down, lower your left cheek down to the ground. Extend your arms down by your sides. Take a mini shavasana here. Feeling your heart beat against your mat. Return your chin to center. Keep your arms down by your sides. We'll take full locust here. So you lift your arms, legs, and your chest. So ready, inhale, locust. Lift your chest, your feet up off the ground, and then pull your pinkies up toward the ceiling. Squeeze the back line of your body, lifting everything up. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down, opposite cheek down to the ground. Keep your arms down by your sides. Option to bend your knees at 90 degrees and windshield wiper your legs, so dropping your heels from side to side. That feels good sometimes in your low back. Return your chin to center. Press your palms into the ground. Press up to standing on your knees. Then once you're up, flip over onto your butt. Extend your right leg long out in front of you. We'll take one-legged seated forward fold, Janu Shirshasana. So press the sole of your left foot on your inner right thigh. Pivot your torso so it's facing your extended right leg. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, hinge forward, grabbing forward, whatever you can. Might be your shin, might be your outer edges of your feet or your toes. Keep your shoulders in line and square down toward the ground. So if your left shoulder pops up a lot, it means you're trying too hard to reach with your right hand. Pull your right hand back and then square your shoulders down toward the ground. Wherever you're at, lift back up. Place your right forearm on the inside of your right thigh. Inhale, extend your left arm up toward the ceiling. Ground down through your left sit bone. Exhale, side body stretch toward your extended right leg. If your side is super flexible, you might be able to take your left arm toward your toes, or you might just keep your left arm up toward the ceiling. Now slowly rise back up. Place your left hand behind your left hip on the ground. And then inhale, stargazer. Lift your hips up off of the ground. Point your right toes toward the wall in front of you, and then extend your right arm toward the back wall. It's a nice counter pose here. I love this one. Slowly release your sit bones back down to the ground. Switch out your sides. Extend your left leg long. Press the sole of your right foot on your inner left thigh and flex your left toes up toward the ceiling. Pivot your torso in line with your left leg. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, seated forward fold. Grab forward whatever you can. Once again, just keep your shoulders squared down toward the mat. So if you have open hamstrings, you might be able to grab for your foot and still keep your shoulders squared. If you have a little bit of tighter hamstrings, you might grab for your shin and then square your shoulders first before hinging down. That's fine too. Slowly lift back up. Place your left forearm on the inside of your left thigh. Palm faces up. And inhale, extend your right arm up toward the ceiling. Exhale, side body stretch. Extend your right arm toward your left leg, keeping your right sit bone grounded really hard into the earth. Feeling this nice stretch all along your right side, creating space on the right side of your body. Now inhale, rise back up. Place your right hands behind your right hip. And inhale, stargazer. Lift your hips up off of the ground. Left arm reaches behind you. And exhale, slowly lower your hips back down to the ground, same way you went up. Press the soles of your feet down into the ground, then lower down to your back. We'll take supine figure 4 here, starting off on the right side. Lift your right ankle up and over your left thigh. Option to stay right here if this is enough of an opening for your hip. Also option to grab for behind your left thigh and pull your legs in toward your chest. If you're pulling your legs in toward your chest, maybe you take your right elbow and press your knee, your right knee, a little further toward the wall in front of you. That'll open up deeper through your right hip. Keep both shoulder blades grounded. Now drop your feet back down to the ground. Switch out your sides. Extend your left ankle up and over your right thigh. You can stay right here again with your right foot planted. If you want some more, lift your right foot off the ground. Keep your knee at a 90-degree bend. Grab for behind your right thigh. And then press your left knee open further. Relax your upper body, so you shouldn't really be crunching in your shoulders or anything. Just relax into the ground. And drop your feet back down to the ground. Extend your left leg long. Pull your right knee up into your right armpit. Inhale, squeeze your right knee up as high as you can. Exhale, supine twist. Draw your right leg over to the left side and then tee out your arms or goalpost your arms, depending on how much space you have. You can drop your gaze over your right shoulder if your neck allows it. Stack your hips on top of one another. No need to force anything in this pose. This should just be a nice and easy twist. Return your legs to center. Hug your left knee up into your left armpit and extend your right leg long. Inhale, squeeze your left knee in as high as you can. Exhale, supine twist. Draw your left leg over to the right side of your space. Stack your hips. Extend your arms out to a T or a goalpost, grounding both shoulder blades. Option to drop your gaze over your left shoulder, if that feels all right in your neck. And return your legs to center. Hug both knees up into your chest. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Lift your forehead up to your knees and squeeze everything together as tight as you can. Take one more breath in. Exhale, final Shavasana. Let your arms and legs just go long. Let your body fall into whatever position it pleases here. However you're going to find the most comfort. Release any tension from the bottoms of your feet, from your toes, from your legs, your hips. Release the tightness in your core. Feel your lungs expand with each breath. But let go of any specific breathing techniques. Just let your breath return to its natural rhythm. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And relax the muscles in your forehead. So enjoy a few moments of rest. Stay here, resting in Shavasana as long as you like. If you'd like to be guided out, begin to bring small movements to your fingers and your toes. Roll out your ankles, your wrists. Take a nice long body stretch. Extend your arms overhead. Point your toes, arch your low back up off the ground. Draw your knees into your chest, then roll onto whichever side favors you for fetal pose, using your bicep as a pillow. Press yourself up to a nice tall seat. Find a comfortable seat. You can place your hands on your knees in your lap at heart center. Either soften your gaze or flutter your eyes closed completely. We'll finish with a breath. Exhale out any stale air in your lungs. Now take a deep, full breath in. Imagine the breath filling up your belly, moving up to your lungs, your chest. Then hold your breath in at the top. Nice, loud, open mouth. Exhale, sigh your air out nice and strong. Lift your thumbs up to your third eye center, the space between your eyebrows on your forehead. The light in me honors and sees the light in all of you. Walk forward. Namaste.
Thank you, Emily.
Thanks, Emily.
You're welcome.